Subu, bringing crafting to you. I hope you enjoy my video today. Thank you for dropping by. I do appreciate it. I'm going to make a card with the Four Seasons Floral. I'm just going to make sure my camera's put the right way. That's right. Okay, we can go. Okay, so this is the Four Seasons Floral. You won't see it any of the catalogues because it was in the beginner's catalogue. So if you like this stamp set, it is still available, but you need to put the number in, which is 152801. Okay, so to start off with, we're going to use my regular size card base, which is 5 7/8 by the width of the A4, scored at 4 1/8, and then we're just going to go round the card base to make sure any of those burrs that's got on there has come off, and we're just gonna crease that down. So scored it at 4 1/8. Okay, so that's our card base. Next I have got, and that is Purple Posy. We don't do Purple Posy anymore, but there's lots of other colours that you could substitute, even white. So this is our fresh freesia, and this measures 3 5/8 by 5 3/8, and I've run it through an embossing folder. This is quite textured now. You could use any of your embossing folders. I am making it a point to actually get on and use mine because I'm not using them. So they come, they go. So there's lots of different ones in the catalogue that you could use. So we're going to put that on there. It will give us a nice equal border that will make it stand out. I forgot to get my glue out, silly me. So I'm going to put plenty of glue on this because it's quite textured, only some of it will touch my card. So wanting to make sure that I'm getting plenty. Oh, brilliant, Valerie. Oh, I'm so pleased. I've only just gone live. I've just started my card base, my standard size, and I've just set the sizes of this to go on top. I'm just making sure that I've got plenty of glue on because it's quite textured. So I'm going to make sure we've got nice equal increments all the way round. There we go. There we go, so that's going to go on there. And then I'll just move that out of the way for the moment. I have got a piece that I've cut out with the stitched rectangle frames, and they are approximately 2 1/4 wide by just over 3.5 really, but it's the fourth one in up from the smallest. And so what I've done is I've cut a piece out in Purple Posy, but then I've used the 4 3 to cut out a frame in the white, so that's going to go on top. So what I'm going to do is put this in my stamping platform really. I'm just going to put that up. I'm using clear, so I have to turn mine around to do clear. That's it. Yep, clear. And I'm going to use this lovely daisy one. I think this is just a great set. I've gone back to this time and time again and used it because it just is so versatile. I mean, this has got a lovely daisy. There. Sorry, that's well, this is the Christmas rose, and this has got another lovely rose foliage, and then some little flowers here, and you've got for you, thank you, and happy birthday. So it's a nice little set, that. Right, so I'm going to pick up my stamp, make sure that that's back in there, and I'm going to use my gorgeous posy. No, I'm not. It's gorgeous grape. That's what I'm using, gorgeous grape. So I'm going to stamp with gorgeous grape, making sure there's plenty on there, but with having a stamping platform I can go back and stamp if I'm not happy. Okay, so there we go. That's rather nice. It's done it first time, so don't need to go back anymore. So I thought I'd look at my Stampin' Right markers, and I've got to just jade, so I'm going to shaded spruce, in fact. Shaded spruce, I'm just going to go in with shaded spruce and just do down my stalk and then my leaves. So you've got a nice fine tip on one side and like a paintbrush type on the other. The Stampin' Right markers are really brilliant because they you're able to use them as ink, so you can rub your brush tip over a stamp to make it stamp. So it's a great way to get lots of colours cheaper, really, and especially if you've got a stamping platform, because if it doesn't stamp as much as you want the first time, you can go back over it again. So we're just gonna do that, and then I've got Magenta Madness, so I'm going to have a look what my magenta looks like on this, and I think it looks fine, so I'm just going to go for my Magenta Madness. Now you could use your blends with this, so I'm just choosing, because, well, I have got a pink similar to this, but I'm going to use my Magenta Madness marker, Stampin' Right marker. And it doesn't matter if you don't colour in all the white bits, because that's going to give it a nice effect, because it's not completely white, because this is purple posy that I've done it with. So you could do this on white cardstock as well. I'm just liking the purple posy against the fresh freesia, really. You could do it all monotone, and you could do completely fresh freesia for all of it, really. So that would be another thing that you could do. So that's kiss them down colouring. If you're commenting, I won't be able to see them currently, so I'm not ignoring you if you're asking me questions. Sorry, I'm just can't see the screen to be able to do that. Okay, so that's a little bit. I'm just kind of turning it round as I'm doing it. I'm just going round there, and then we've got the last little bit, so I'm going to leave that like that. And I think I'm going to go quite dark in the middle, and I'm going to go for rich razzleberry. So I'm going to just come over the top with rich razzleberry, so it'll make it darker than my gorgeous grape, but it will just give it that different contrast. So now I'm happy with that. I'm going to just go around my frame, put a bit of glue all the way around my frame that I've made. So as I say, this is just in basic white, so this is just going to frame my flower. So I just want it so I can go all the way around. There we go. And I'm going to pop this in here, But before I do that, I'm going to do my sentiment. So I've just got a random scrap of card, and it measures roughly about 2 3/4 by about 3/4 of an inch. So going to put on that, what have I got? I think, let's see, one. I've got my stamp sets out all over. I just wanted the bird one now. Have I brought it? It's the one we've got in celebration at the minute. And have I put it back away? Hello. No, I haven't. Oh, that's a nuisance. Have I had it this morning down this end of the table? No. Right, I'll have to give in because I've not got it. So I think I'm going to go for Hope You Feel Better Soon. So everybody's feeling a bit poorly these days. So gonna go and pick that up. So we'll have that. We'll have Feel Better Soon. And I think I'll go for having my Gorgeous Grape as well again. So I'm trying this year to use a lot more of my embossing folders. So I'll put that there. And also I want to use my my punches as well. So I'm going to drag in my punch. I forget what this one's called. I'm going to put that in there. Just make sure it's in the middle. So just eyeballing this to make sure it's in the middle. There we go. That's it. And I'm going to have to take a little bit off this, but I've not brought my scissors with me, so I'm going to keep chopping a little bit. So I'm doing it wrong side as well. Let's see. Let's take that there. See, we still need some yet. Oh, it's getting tiny now, and I'm not able to hold it in place. So this will have to be the last cut, I think, on it. So I'm fiddling about with it. Can't get it quite where I want it. There, that's not so bad. That'll do. Now just get it out of my punch. So I think it might be called Banner Punch. I'm not sure. Can't remember what it's called. A lot of people stick labels on, which is a good idea really, because I do forget the names, and I've forgotten a lot of things just lately anyway. Right, so I'm going to have that on there. And then I've got some of the Fresh Freesia ribbon. So I'm going to get some of the Fresh Freesia ribbon. And I will need scissors for this anyway, won't I? So I'm going to put my scissors there. No. So grab my scissors. I can see something there, some sellotape or something. There we go, that's come off. Right, so I think I'm going to tie a bow. So let's see how this does with tying bows. Need a little bit more. And push that through. Don't want it too big. there. Lovely ribbon, very pretty. Right, I'll just do that about there. I'm not quite sure where I want it yet, but I've tied my bow in place, so I'm going to, I think, have that, might have that even on my flower. Okay, so I'm going to pop this on dimensional, so I'm going to lift up the frame on the flower, because with there being a lot going off there, it might not stick down properly. So I just stick some dimensionals on the back. So how are you, Valerie? Have you been keeping well? So I hope you have, and I've not had this horrible COVID. I've had COVID for the second time, unfortunately. Even the first time I got it, the vaccinations hadn't been quite rolled out, so I got it before the vaccinations were rolled out, and then I had 2 vaccinations then, so I had COVID and then my 2 vaccinations because they had been rolled out then, so I had those. And then it's beautiful, isn't it? Yes, I had the 2 vaccinations. In fact, I'm going to take that a little higher. I had the 2 vaccinations. I've had COVID once, and then unfortunately I have had COVID again. And it's not done me any good this time, even though I've been vaccinated twice. I was due to have, unlucky, I was due to have my 3rd booster shot, and I picked it up 2 days before my shot. So there we go. So you think, and it really has, I had it sent me to bed for a couple of days. How were you, Valerie? Did it send you to bed? How bad did you get it? So I ended up in bed for a few days, then thinking that I was getting over it, and then my heart started to hurt, and I ended up in hospital one night because I was really frightened how my heart was beating. So it felt like a heart attack, so I went by ambulance to the hospital. Fortunately, they didn't find anything, but my heart has been terrible since then. So probably going to be under investigations, but I hope you didn't affect you like that, Valerie. So so there we go. So hope you like that. It's lovely to be live. I'm so thrilled that still says something about a 1,000 subscribers, but I think I have to share it. I'm kind of struggling to actually stop it, and it's not as straightforward as I was used to the Facebook, but it's I really need a card for the beginning because it does a shot right at the beginning. I might start putting my face on it. I don't know. I dread that. But there we go. So I hope you like that. I just thought it'd be nice just to make a card like that. I've got another simple one to do. How are we doing? I don't know whether, I think I am going to go ahead and do the other one as well. So that's the first one. And now I'm going to do the second one. Okay, so I've got the standard size card base, and which is your 8 1/4 by your 5 7/8, scored down at 4 1/8. And then we'll just make sure that we crease this. There we go. Then I've got a piece of Granny Apple Green, and this measures 3 7/9 by 5 5/8. So I'm just going to glue that on. So I did actually run out of card. I'm going to be making these at Jigsaw Cafe, but I ran out of my Granny Apple Green, so I've cheated for the one that I'm doing on the video, but the rest will be Granny Apple Green. So it will be a piece of Granny Apple Green. Did I give you this? Just to make sure I did. Yes, I'm sure I did, which was 3 7/8 by 5 5 5/8. Yeah, that's right. And then I've got a piece of designer series paper. So this was our celebration paper, not this time, last time. But it's got these beautiful daisies on, so I am definitely going to use it with my daisy punch. So I'm going to make sure I've got equal increments there. Now I am going to put a piece of ribbon. I haven't really got anything in my Stampin' Up to match this, so I am going to use some that I've got. It's cheap ribbon, you can tell it is. It's not that brilliant. Right. So what I like to do for ribbon is I like to put a piece of what we called this? My mind can't think what it's called. Tear tape, that's it. Oh, that's funny. It does say because I've not got 1,000 subscribers, it won't always, it's not full or something of the things that you would get if you had got 1,000 subscribers. So, but we'll have to be patient. Okay, so I'm just going to stick that on my tear and tape and cut off the excess. Now this is where cheap ribbon and not very good, so I think I'll fray it at the ends. That might work. I should have really stuck it on before I stuck the card down, and then I'd have been able to do that, so it'll be a bit frayed at the top and the bottom. Okay, so now I've got a with my daisy punch, I've punched out 2 of the daisies, and just going to rotate these to kind of fill in the gap. So there we go, filled in the gap there. Okay, so just have to make sure that you've got them. There we go. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue on there, and that is going to sit on here. And what I've done is we had an old leaf punch, and I don't know whether you're going to be able to see it or not, but what I've done is, yes, there we go, I've run it through my embossing folder. See what I mean? I'm using my embossing folder. So I've created, rather than it just being plain card, I've created this lovely effect on it. So there we go. So I'm gonna kind of put that coming out there and put my daisy on the top like that. And I've done the same. I've punched out a circle with my circle punch, and I've actually put this through the embossing folder as well, so it's giving me nice texture. Now I want this to be round, so I'm going to get my mat, and I've got my take your pick tool. I'm going to push this, and that's it, it'd be better if I take it off the polythene. So I'm going to take it off the polythene. I do keep that to protect it, and I'm going to just rub round the centre. So it's going to lift it up a little bit, and I'm going to push down a little bit as well. So now that has given me a dome effect. I'm not sure if you can see that properly or not, and I'm going to stick a dimensional right in the middle of that, and then push that on top of my daisy so that it makes that in the middle three-dimensional. Okay, so that's nice so far. Oh, what happened there? No, that's okay. It's sending me a bit funny with this being set in. Oh, that were funny then when I looked at that. Right, now, for my sentiment, I've cut out from the oval, and I'm going to use the party punch. There is a happy birthday. Where's my happy birthday? That's funny because the happy birthday was there a bit ago, so I don't know what I've done with that. So that seems to have disappeared. I'm sure it was in here. Right, so I'm going to pick that up with that. And we've got Granny Apple Green going off on there, haven't we? So I think I'm going to use Granny Apple Green. And pick up the ink. And because it's a photopolymer, I can see straight through it. So hopefully going to get this right. Hopefully somewhere like that. Hopefully I've done that okay. And then, oh, I did it a bit wonky. Oh, never mind, it'll be fine. Okay, and I need that. I think I'll have a look at this happy birthday, whether this one will fit in it, because I seem to have misplaced that one. Yes, oh, that's thank you. Don't want thank you, I want happy birthday. Why are all my happy birthdays disappearing from me? I have no idea. Will it fit in? Oh, just about. I'm going to go for it. In for a penny, in for a pound. So we'll go for it. Okay, and I'll do that with Granny Apple Green as well. And I think I'm going to go for that being straight. That's it. And I'm going to put it at an angle on my card, I think. So where's my card gone now? That's it, bring it back in. And I'm going to put that, I think I'll have it there. So I think I will stick it up on dimensionals. I'll just stick a couple on there. And I'll have it going about down there. Okay, so I've set it at an angle, so my happy birthday, and that hopefully works now. So there we go. So there's the two cards that I've made today. So I hope you like them. I saw something similar on Pinterest, so I quite liked what I saw. So I've done something similar, not quite exact, but similar to what they were showing. I've done the outlay slightly different, but they'd use these colours and similar to that. So thank you very much. Do appreciate that you've stopped by. Please press like and subscribe and press the notification bell so you won't miss any future uploads. So I do appreciate you. Thank you. Take care, stay safe, stay well. Bye for now. I'm glad you like them. Thank you.